Like let's just look at maybe your generation or even mine, right? Look at the people that were with us when we were starting. How many of them have stopped, you know? Yeah. Because I think at one point it was just too much. It was just like, oh, yeah, like, you know, life is one, yeah, for sure, right? But if they really had fun in it, right, I think they'll still have continued. Even if they dance like once in 2 weeks, they'll still continue dancing. Because it's fun, right? It's just to see friends and enjoy. What up guys, my name is Sherman. I represent Checkered Minds and Radical Force. I've been breaking for about 12 years now. So yeah, it's been good all the way. Basically, I feel honestly this Olympic thing is great. I think we've talked about this constantly within the entire scene. As what like I've spoken to with some of our guys in the scene as well. It's going to create a lot of jobs. It's going to give a lot of platforms. But at the same time, I feel it might dilute certain areas in our scene. So there's definitely pros and cons, you know. I'm still for it, I would say, yeah, and I participated in it as well, like the prequels to the Olympics. So I think it is a good thing. It gives Singaporeans of dancers across the world basically a platform to showcase themselves and their craft to the masses worldwide, right? Yeah, but at the same time, I hope it doesn't become too stringent in terms of the mindset that B-boys have towards breaking. Honestly, really slowly but surely, like I can see a lot of people gearing towards just competitive breaking, you know. It's fine, it's okay, if that's what you choose, that's fine. But especially for my kids or for the people that I have shared with before, I hope like they always keep their side of the dance. Just enjoying the dance. I think like we all forget that so much, you know. That's actually a very good question. Based on exactly what you said, right? We've always been talking about Olympics recently from our perspective as B-boys, right? But we never really looked at Olympics from the masses perspective, you know. So how would they view us, right? Would they view us as gymnastics? Would they view us as technically stringent? Would they view us as, yeah, you know, or is it just a passing fade, you know? As much as we can showcase like what we do as an art form, I don't think like the masses, unless they get into it, if you're just watching on TV as an outsider or as part of the masses, I don't think they will ever understand the essence of it. You know, that feeling that you get, you know, the freedom in the dance, you know, the limitless possibilities that you can do and you can create, you know, the whole idea of a cipher, energy transferring within one another, you know, exchanging. So these are parts of the culture I think the masses will not understand unless they get into it, which is great because Olympics actually promotes this to the masses and more people will start breaking. So I think more of the masses will finally understand it. But for people that don't, they might just view us as correct. They'll always just, you know, scrape the surface of it, you know. Yeah, they might look at us as just guys spinning around and like going head to head, but it doesn't mean anything for them. They don't understand the exchange. So it can be quite tricky how the masses view us, but at the end of the day, we know ourselves best, so I think it wouldn't really matter. Yeah, as long as we know what we're doing and we are keeping it the way it is as much as we can, I think that's fine. Yeah. Basically, honestly, first and foremost, like I love kids. Right? I really do. Like I really have a heart for kids. You know. That being said, why I wanted to start like teaching kids class, I think the main purpose for me was because kids, we don't just teach kids, they teach us as well. You know, kids for some reason, like when I first taught a couple of kids that joined my courses, like what they reminded me of the most was like why I started dancing in the first place. Kids, when it comes to kids, they don't care about crashes, they don't care about street cred, they don't care about rap. You know, they don't even care about the move, you know. It is just what it is for them, you know. It is pure freedom, you know. And like when you watch them dance, right, like it makes you feel full. It makes you understand like, hey, you know, like there's all these competitions, there's all these things about rap and all these big things around breaking, but kids are just, it's so pure, it's so simple. It is what it is, just have fun, you know. No one's judging you, you know. You put that in your own head and hence you're judging people, you know. So for kids, it's really so simple. Another reason why I wanted to start teaching kids was, of course, I wanted to let them know, like, when they grow up, hopefully they can pass on the same message to the generation that comes after. You know what I'm trying to say? Because right now I feel like a lot of the scene is around our age group. I feel there isn't really really young kids that will be there when we push through the generations and like the years go by, you know. A lot of us are already teaching polys and universities, which is great, you know. But I think one way to make sure we give back and we really do our due diligence to pass on whatever that was taught to us is through the really much younger generation. Yeah. Growing up for us, like Checkered Minds especially, we were quite lucky because like Felix, Farhan, Kelvin, Norvin, there's so many of them, right? We actually spend time talking a lot, you know. We actually hang out, and I think because of like the intimacy that we had from crew to crew, we learn a lot. But nowadays, like because of all these poly class and university class, I don't think the instructor really has time, or even the students, I don't think they have time to really catch up and really get to understand what it's all about and learn not just the physical aspect of the skill, but the culture that comes with it. Yeah, so I think starting the kids from a really young age is really good time because we got a lot of time to really groom them and teach them the right values and breaking and whatnot. Yeah, so I think that was my aim, honestly. It's so much easier than approach going into adults because for them it's like there's no self-doubt. That's one, okay? There's no self-doubt. In themselves and in their teacher, there is no self-doubt, you know? For them, honestly, any two moves would just be another move. And that's the great part about them, you know? They don't cap themselves, they don't think like, oh, this is too hard or this is not my kind of thing. They just try it anyway. They don't think too much about anything, and that's great, you know? They're just very free. Yeah, so the approach is really so simple. It is what I think is best for them for the next step improving is what I'm going to teach in the next class, and it's really quite easy. And like what I love about them as well, like because they're all so new, right? They learn to fall in love with repetition at a really young age, and I think adults don't do that so much. In any art form, if you really think about it, repetition is everything. You need to learn how to fall in love with repetition, right? If you want to learn how to draw a perfect circle, you got to draw a perfect circle again and again, right? Repetition is key, you know. But for adults, it's very hard to understand because we want things so fast, so instant, right? We are so used to like now, you know. But for kids, it's like, oh, I got to do it 10 times, 100 times. Yeah, sure, I'll just do it anyway. But for the kids I teach, it takes time, definitely. It takes time to just keep encouraging them. So the approach, again, for kids cannot be a hard-on like, you must get this, or you try to get this, or you will get this. It must be more encouraging, like, take your time, you know, it will come someday, you know, yeah. I think the main message I'll have for all kids, honestly, in dance, I feel, is just like, just have fun, you know. Really, it's as simple as or cliche as it sounds, it really is the root of all things, you know, just have fun, you know. Ultimately, I just don't want any kid to lose like the fun in it, you know. The second one is like just always have self-confidence, you know. It doesn't matter if you just started or if you've been dancing for 10 years, you know, as long as you have self-confidence and you're having fun, I think like your dance life is going to be amazing and it's going to be worth it. Yeah, you know, you're going to be happy with your dance, you know, whatever it is, you know. I had this kid, he loved dance, I'm not going to mention his name, of course, yeah. But he loved breaking like so much, you know, to the point where he was asking his mum for me to teach in private classes. There was one time like his mum found out about the Youth Olympic Games. So his mum was like, hey, my son is really good at dance, like can you teach him more? I was like, okay, but maybe not too much. But she kept pushing it because she knew her son was good and she wanted him to compete. He was 10 at the time. So that would be like 8 years later, you know, before he go into, let's say, YOG, right? And she was so fixated on that to a point whereby it became, I was teaching the kid 4 private classes a week at his house, you know, 4 times a week. To the point like he was so tired and like he lost the fun in it. Immediately he lost. Like I could tell like he was just drained out. And I talked to the mom, I was like, no, I think this is too much. But even then she still wanted to push. And ultimately, sad to say, like he lost interest in the dance, you know. And yeah, the day I told the mom like, okay, I think I need to cut. He's too tired. You know, I need to stop these private classes. Immediately, like a week later or 2 weeks later, he stopped dancing completely. You know, yeah. And I felt really sad too. You know, the scariest thing is really to lose the passion or the fun, just the fun you have in dance.
He's not dancing anymore?
Not at all. Totally gone already. Play soccer already, I think now. Hopefully he does, man. Yeah, who knows, right? Hopefully, I really hope he does, you know, because he really like the dance and he liked the music, you know. He would ask me like, hey, what DJ is this from? I was like, oh, then he search and like YouTube, like, you know this, yeah. So like he was really interested, you know, yeah. One very big plus point, in my opinion, that we have, honestly, is that our country is small, and in any part of the country you can find someone, you know, like inspiration, motivation, whatever you call it, right? It's really just right around the corner, like literally. That is something like, I wouldn't say like we don't appreciate it, but I'm saying like we could appreciate it even more, you know. I think if we talk more, we can grow as a scene faster, stronger, better, you know. And our community can be so close-knit. It's very unlike other countries whereby it's so spread out, you know. Like in the winter, like you don't practice with anybody, you don't see anybody for 2 months. It's never a wrong thing, it's never inferior to ask someone to share something with you, you know. We should never have that perception. Whether you're dancing for 2 years or 10 years, I feel like there's something we can all learn from each other. Yeah. And also not forgetting the people that don't dance as much anymore because they're a lot older, you know. Age always catches up eventually, right? So they still have like a world of knowledge and experience that I think it's always nice to hear, you know. That's something I hope like the rest of the scene, as well as for me, you know, like we can start to do a bit more. Just travel out more, talk to one another, exchange, don't be shy to share, you know, because that's what community is all about, right? And our community is already so small and we're so close, so why not? Definitely want to give shout out to all the people that came before us. I think that's the most important. Whether they're dancing or they're not, you know, I still remember every single one of them, from all the crews that were around before, you know, although a lot of them have stopped dancing already. We still respect you so much. Thank you to everybody that has been pushing the scene, and I don't just mean the dance alone, I mean the videographers, the MCs, the DJs, everybody that's involved in it, you know, everybody, Chops and team for documenting this as well. Basically everyone that contributes, you know, your contribution is still something, it makes the scene, you know. There's no one part that is less important. At the same time, I want to give a shout out to, of course, my crew, the people that have motivated me, inspired me, supported me, at the same time taught me so much, you know, about this dance and this art form and this culture. I hope that I can give back the same amount as you guys have given me, you know, to the generations that come after us. And I hope that, yeah, the Singapore community will always be tight. We'll always be pushing all the way. So thank you for everyone before, current and after. Thanks. Lagi, I'm still in frame, right? Alright. Okay. Rock dance definitely nope. Okay, alrighty.
Last night, dinner what you eat?
Last night, what did you have for dinner last night?